The mercs from TF2 are perhaps the most iconic characters from video games of all time, and the TF2 community has been in love with them since day one. However, what if we were to take our love for these characters to the next level? What is the sex appeal of the TF2 mercs? Well, for anybody who has over 2 hours in the game, you'd know this hot chick heaven has 9 men to choose from. So, to make things fun, I'm gonna rank the 9 mercs in order of the lowest sex appeal to the highest sex appeal. If you think this video is really crazy because it's gay, I'm sorry bud, but once you're part of the TF2 community, there's no escaping what's inside. Or alternatively, if you're not a guy, which is about 12 members of the TF2 community, you're gonna be fine. Anyways, it's now time for me to tell you the facts. But first, a disclaimer. If you couldn't already tell, this video is entirely one massive joke, and you should take anything said as just that, a joke. I did this video for the Vine. Also, go ahead and leave your own list in the video's comment section, and like the video if you also agree with my rankings.
We have 3 announcements we'd like to make here for our loyal fans. The first is that we're shipping a brand new content update for Team Fortress 2, the sex update.
Coming in at number 9 is the Sniper. The Sniper is actually a pretty cool guy, and as we see in the Meet the Team series, he's a professional. Unfortunately, if you look at the rest of the mercs, Sniper has to come last in the race. He's cool and all, but he's simply outclassed by the rest of the mercs. Also, Sniper has issues with his parents, has unfortunate hygiene practices, sits in one place for an entire day, and has plans to kill you. All of this just adds up to him being the least appealing merc, which gets even worse if you factor in the sex appeal of people who have Sniper as their favorite class.
Up next at number 8 is Pyro. I'm sorry to all of you inflation and femboy Pyro fans out there, but due to their concealed nature, we're putting Pyro low on the list. The biggest appeal of Pyro is how kinky things could get, but that's about it. Judging from the lore, Pyro is at... I didn't do this. This was Alex. Alex sent me this. I think he's ranking mercenaries on sex appeal. Judging from the lore, Pyro is at least trying to be a good person, but is committing war crimes in reality. Due to this, you could expect Pyro to be ignorant in a relationship and have a severe lack of understanding. This means that being with Pyro may lack actual consent from Pyro, as not only are they delusional, but you can't hear them speak. This ends up putting Pyro in a bad spot. Alex, I hate you.
Coming in at number 7 has to be Heavy. If you enjoy Heavy's appeal, you're either a fan of big guns or you love being dominated by your partner. Heavy has many things going for him, such as his fit body and high intelligence, seeing as he has a PhD in Russian literature. Heavy is also just a cool guy who loves to shoot guns and eat sandwiches. When is there not the love? Well, unfortunately, for all of you lovebirds out there searching for Heavy, he's already in a relationship with an inanimate object. Sasha's her name and shooting the enemy team is her game. Like, dude, I swear I didn't AI generate this. I'm just high on like horny goat weed right now. Due to him already being taken into a lifelong relationship with his gun, it wouldn't be the right thing to try and get with Heavy. Additionally, Heavy is more than just fit, he's massive. As his diet consists of mostly sandwiches, this guy is fat. And I know what you're saying. Heavy isn't fat, he's muscular. And to that I say cope, and this is my video. Now, I know some people might be into Heavy's body, but there's more things that put him lower on the list than just that. The things such as his lack of an update, his bald head, his tiny legs, and his small. This lands Heavy in the number 7 spot, which is really not that bad.
ER sign. Up next at number 6 is Demoman. The black Scottish Cyclops appeals to some people's fantasies quite well, but that's not to say that he's perfect. First of all, his unpredictable and drunken nature, as he is almost drunk. The second thing is the fact that he's of a certain type of people, that being Scottish people. Now, I don't got much against the Scots, but whether or not you love or hate this part of Demoman's background is up to you. Third and final is that Demoman comes as advertised, being an expert in demolition by explosives. This means that Demoman, in his often drunk and violent state, could easily blow you into bits and pieces. Okay, that's enough slander against Demo. Let's get into good stuff. First of all, if you love to party, Demoman is perfect for you. Sorry. He is depicted numerous times being quite the party animal, and he takes the fun to the next level. Next up is the strength and determination, as Demo can find his way out of almost any situation. He's even sassy and honestly quite a genius with his ways of speaking. Finally is the fact that he's a Cyclops. This means that he wears that badass eye patch all day, which is really cool. Demoman is a good match for some people, putting him at number 6.
Rolling into the number 5 spot is Scout, who is literally God's gift to women on Earth. Scout has many things going for him. He's fit, charismatic, and loves fried chicken. The lad also hails from Boston, the city which also gave birth to one of the greatest TF2bers of all time, the German 985. So, what's the downside? Well, there's two big things. The first one is that Scout is quite incompetent, is shown an expiration date. In that animated short, Scout needs help from Spy to get some sugar. Who's he trying to get with? Well, that's the second big problem. The Scout is already after Miss Pauling in TF2, so if you were to try and get with him, he'd likely not be very interested. But other than those two things, I don't see why Scout shouldn't be appealing, landing him number 5 on the list. Up next is Spy at number 4, who other than being unfortunately French, is quite the fine man. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hasn't Spy already been in a relationship and had a son? Well, yes, but we're too deep into this list for that to be a huge problem. Spy is a gentleman first and foremost, likely being the most sane of all the TF2 mercs. He's also very intelligent, which reflects on his playstyle. If you're a big fan of knives, you'll likely share a hobby with Spy too, as he has a grand collection of 6 knives. Additionally, he wields a revolver, which is also quite the hot weapon. If you're a big fan of gentlemen, knives, and French people, you'll love Spy. Thus, he sneaks his way into number 4. If you love being pocketed in the game, you know who's coming next. Medic Ubers his way into number 3. This incredibly insane doctor has much to give, being a great unlicensed doctor. If you're with Medic, not only will you get the best free healthcare in the world, you'll get to hang out with a German guy. Germans are pretty cool for the most part. After all, even if Medic owns all of their souls, he does care for his team, and will rush to help whenever you annoyingly scream Medic over and over again. If anything, the worst thing to worry about with Medic is him poking your insides or stealing your skeleton, but considering how good of a doctor he is, you'll be back together in one piece in no time. Medic is intelligent, helpful, mostly kind, and German. What is there not to love about this guy? Rocket jumping in the second place on our list is the Soldier, who is the best class in the game hands down. There is no valid argument against this man. Soldier is a strong and serious man when it comes to anything, from teleporting bread to blowing up the enemy team. Just like Heavy, if you're a big fan of guns, you'll love his rocket launchers. He's the most American man in the world, the most patriotic man ever. So, if you love the great nation of the United States, you'll get along with Soldier pretty easily. If you don't love America, however, you'll be next on his list. He's also a great storyteller, having the ability to talk to decapitated heads about Sun Tzu. Finally, if you're a big fan of muscles, you'll love Soldier. He has the ideal male body. This great American lands in number 2. And finally, coming in as the most appealing merc in the whole game is Engineer. Engineer is the best of everything from every other merc. He's professional like Sniper, well dressed like Pyro, fierce like Heavy, a party animal like Demoman, charismatic like Scout, intelligent like Spy, caring like Medic, and patriotic like Soldier. This Texan man is just about everything you'd want from a man in your life. He can even play the guitar like a true Texan man. Just imagine it. This man playing his guitar and swinging a sweet Texan and singing a sweet Texan song while you sit around his dispenser and sentry, both warmly protecting you with love. That is all today.